Today, we'll embark on a captivating journey through the mind of Roger Dean, exploring the ethereal realms he's brought to life and the incredible impact he's had on the world of art and music. Join me as we uncover the stories behind his most famous album covers, his unique design philosophy, and the lasting legacy he's left on the creative world. Roger Dean was born in Ashford, Kent, on August 31, 1944. However, his childhood was marked by frequent relocation in places like Greece, Cyprus, and Hong Kong, accompanying his father, an engineer of the British Army. As a child, Roger had a strong interest in natural history. While he was in Hong Kong, Chinese landscape art had a significant impact on him, serving as particular sources of inspiration. The family eventually settled back in England in 1959, and he enrolled in the grammar school of Ashford. His educational journey continued in 1968 when he successfully completed his studies and obtained his graduation from the Royal College of Art. As part of his research in this institution, he explored the psychology of architecture and sought to understand what factors contributed to people's comfort within buildings. His thesis focused on creating a feeling of tranquility in residential architecture. One of Dean's initial success didn't come from his work as an illustrator, but from his role as an industrial designer. In 1967, as part of his research at the Royal College, he crafted a chair known as the sea urchin chair. In the subsequent year, he secured a patent for this creation. This chair is regarded as a forerunner to the beanbag, as it can be compressed and perfectly mold itself to the user's shape and size. The chair's design was finalized while Dean was among a select group of students chosen by renowned designer Cheryl Shear to design and craft objects in her factory. Interestingly, the chair remains one of Shear's personal favorites, and it has earned a place in the permanent collection of the Victoria and Albert Museum. Years later, Roger Dean was enlisted to create a logo for the independent record label Fly Records. This initial project led him to collaborate on a singles cover for the musician Mark Bolan, where he was responsible for crafting the typography. To ensure precision, Dean worked alongside a graphic designer who helped guide the printing team in placing the letters. The positive response to Dean's distinctive handwriting style prompted him to handwrite text for additional Bolan singles. The enthusiasm and support from the label's staff boosted Dean's confidence in continuing his hand-drawn approach, extending it to logos and various graphic projects. In 1968, Roger Dean embarked on his illustration journey. His initial projects include crafting the artwork for The Gun and contributing to the album cover for Atomic Roosters in Hearing Of. During the same year, Dean was commissioned to design the cover for the debut album of the African-Caribbean band Osibisa, a striking creation that melded elements of insects and elephants. This album cover hinted at the distinctive style that would later make him famous. Shortly thereafter, he commenced collaborations with prominent progressive rock bands, most notably Yes and Asia, establishing his reputation. His first work for Yes was on their album Fragile. He pitched a story on a creation myth rather than a particular image for it, about a child who dreamed they were living on a planet that was breaking up, so they had to build a space ark to find another planet to live on, and they towed all the little bits of the planet with them. Notably, he introduced the iconic Yes logo, which made its debut on the album Close to the Edge.
There is a very close link between our sound and Roger's art.
In the case of the band Asia, Roger Dean was highly influential in shaping the visual identity of the group. One of the most notable contributions for this band was his design for the band's debut album, released in 1982. The cover art depicted a fantastical landscape, characteristic of Dean's signature style. Roger Dean's illustration is renowned for his ability to create surreal and otherworldly landscapes. His artwork often features floating islands, intricate rock formations, exotic creatures, and organic, flowing shapes. These landscapes transport viewers to a dreamlike and fantastical realms, blurring the line between reality and fantasy. Dean frequently employs a rich and harmonious color palette, which enhances the sense of wonder in his work. Vivid blues, greens, and purples often dominate his pieces, creating a sense of depth and tranquility. His designs often incorporate flowing, interconnected forms that give a sense of unity and cohesion to the entire composition. These flowing shapes can be seen in the architecture, flora and fauna within his artwork. Nature is a recurring theme in Dean's work. His art frequently features natural elements such as water, rocks, and lush vegetation. He often combines these elements with futuristic and surreal elements. His work sometimes includes fantastical creatures and characters that inhabit his surreal landscapes, adding an element of storytelling and mythology to his art. Along with his work with album covers, Roger Dean also did illustrations for several video game covers such as Bratacus, Terrorbots, Chrono Quest, Shadow of the Beasts, among many others. And of course, with such as exuberant talent, this English artist has several books compiling his works, including Views in 1975. This book is full of sketches and finished works covering the first 7 years of his career. Almost 10 years later, Magnetic Storm was published. This book showcases the collaborative work of Roger Dean and his brother Martin, created between 1975 and 1984, a book that spans a wide range of creations, from airplane liveries and illustrations of the War of the World to video game art and drawings of sustainable architecture. And in 2008 was published The Dragon's Dream, which is a fantastic set of fantastical landscapes that includes selection from his Paleolithic series, futuristic depictions, and portraits of a whole series of monsters, robots, and warriors. This influence extends beyond album cover art. His style, which blends organic and futuristic elements, has inspired other visual artists to explore similar themes in their work. His unique approach to creating otherworldly landscapes has encouraged to experiment with their artistic expression. Dean's use of typography and lettering in his art has had an impact on graphic design and branding. His ability to seamlessly integrate text into his compositions has set a standard for how lettering can be an integral part of design. His art has left a mark on popular culture, especially in the realm of science fiction and fantasy. His surreal and fantastical works have been referenced in various forms of media, including movies, video games, and literature. Roger Dean's art has made a profound impact on album cover design, progressive rock music, visual art, graphic design, and various facets of popular culture. His ability to transport viewers to otherworldly realms and create a sense of wonder has become one of those illustrators of reference for the general public as well as for the other illustrators who came after him.